Hi Eric, here's the video lesson for By Golly. So I'll play it through once, just at normal speed with whatever variations I tend to put in it, and then we'll break it down and I'll play it again at the end in two different speeds. So here we go. Sorry. So that was the tune. So the first little bit. So I'm closing off after the D and the C. And finishing with a G roll. And what I often do is I lift up on the chanter to get a little bit of a slur on the G roll. And it gives a little bit of a volume push right there. The next phrase. So really straightforward, A, D, C, D, and I'm putting a little back D cut on the first D, or the first A, sorry. So those two together. What I've been doing more lately is putting the staccato down from the G in between that space. When I first learned it, I didn't do that. It was just straightforward. So we'll do that each time because I think it flows a little bit better that way anyway. So the next phrase. And this is the staccato we had worked on in our lesson. I'm lifting one finger up at a time. So to sound the G, I'm just using one finger. And that goes back down. F finger comes up, E and D are connected. So these two are closed, these two are staccatoed. And then E and D are connected together. So when you play that within context, it kind of has that swing to it. But I use that as a connector between the next phrase. So here's what we have so far. So after the staccatoed bit, it's the same as the very first phrase. So that's it. And then our finishing phrase. So what I'm doing there is back D cut on the A, land on an E there, and we're going to cut that E with the G finger, up to A and then down to a D, and I'm playing a hard D, so it's just a little more air pressure and it gives a nice bright tone out of the chanter. So that again. Here's what we have so far. So all of that one more time. Have to do the hard D there. I like it in that spot. The next half of the first part is pretty much the same. we've got that already learned. Here's where it changes. So to break that in half, we have starting on E. So what that is at the end of that, so we're going to go E, F, D, E, and with that E that I land on, I'm doing a little cut and then to a D. So the E gets cut and I'm using the E finger itself to cut it. That isolated. So it's just kind of just a nice little ornament on there. So to start from the beginning of that phrase, the end few notes are C, A, G, A with a cut, back D cut. So backing up. Again. And you can pull that E off the knee as well if you want. It gives it a little sort of, I don't know, a little whirl in there. So that's the whole first part of the tune. So I'll play it through nice and slow. Notice I did a connector when I repeated the parts, and it's very simple. It's just up from the A. So just sort of like the Addams Family song, A, B, C, and D, and then it starts in on the E again. So I'll play that through just a little bit quicker, and we'll go on to the second part. That's it. So the second part, we'll start up on a high E. So that twice, E, F, G, E, F, G. And again with an E, F, G, but a quicker one. So that whole phrase. Again. And try to keep the quicker one, not the first two times we do the E, F, G, but the quicker one the third time really tight. So I'm trying to just do one finger open at a time. So it's kind of a triplet, staccato triplet going upward. So that phrase one more time, sorry, because I broke it up too much. Going on. So we have a high A roll, which we're going to cut the A with the A, because if we cut it with the back D, it's not going to work. So we're climbing up from the E again. And landing on the high A roll. from the beginning of the second part. And again. And we're up on the high A. So we've done the high A roll. So after the high A roll, we're going to cut the A again and then come back down. Sorry, I'll just start on the high A roll because it's easier to stay up there. So that's our last little bit. The next phrase starts just like the first, but I'm going to change it a little to get the variation in. So instead of E, F, G, E, F, G, I'm going to go E, G, G, E, G, G. And I'm cutting the two G's with the G finger. So that much again. And then our ending also has the staccato from the G. So it's kind of the same ending as before. So the whole second part as we have it. That's the first half of the second part, and I'll play it one more time. So on the repeat of the second part, mostly the same up until the very end. So here's where it changes. We're going to climb back up to the high A. So we're going to climb, sorry, I did that wrong. Erase, go back. We're going to climb up to the high A. So what we've kind of got is a long roll on the high A. We did a short roll before. So it's very stretched out. So all of that again. And then same ending as before. So backing up just one phrase to where that high A is. And that's it for the second part. So the entire second part, I'll take it nice and easy. And to get into the first part again, we have our same A, B, C, D run up. So just like that. So to play the whole tune, I'll play it slowly. So that's it. And of course, as always, if you have any questions about it, just send me an email. If you need me to listen to bits of it before our next lesson, that's fine too. Just send a voice recording along and we'll troubleshoot where necessary. And hope that is helpful. I hope I'm not forgetting anything in that tune. I think because I tried to put variations in just as we talked about them. And oh, the one sorry, I just remembered one. It's very simple though. Instead of chopping the D and the C in the very first, sometimes I just play through those and put some vibrato on them. And you don't always have to do the, sometimes you can just, and that's just a E, D, E, F. So just little ways to break it up, because too much staccato is too much and too little is too little, so kind of alternate where you end up putting those things and all will be good. So hopefully this helps, and see you next time.